Yeah, it is another amazing moment that we have been privileged to host someone that is known here in Kisumu for the things that he does in business wise and also roles which he plays within our county. We have George Abwajo, who is going to tell us why he has decided to pick up a role in our county to be an MCA and why he has chosen Market Milimani specifically. Welcome, George, to our channel.
Welcome, Daisy. Happy New Year
Happy
to
New Year to you.
viewers who are watching us
Yeah.
from whichever place they are in. It's a good opportunity that we are here. First, my birthday. January looks like it's a birthday for important people. I think Baba had just had a birthday the other time.
Oh.
I'm happy before the end of the month, Abwajo will also be having his birthday. So I take this as a pre-birthday gift
Oh.
to our viewers that it's also a special birthday. I'll be turning 33.
Oh.
So, especially as we are going through this fight for the election, just tell our viewers I'm a young person.
Oh.
Yeah, like most of the people, majority of the Kenyan population.
Currently, we've seen so many youths coming up to take leadership roles. Just to ask, are we excited or we are really understanding what we want to go for?
I think leadership first comes from inborn, your
Okay.
responsibility. Someone, you decide yourself, you sit with yourself and decide, this is why I want to vie, or this is what I want to do for our people.
Okay.
I would encourage any young person who has the passion and is seeing there's a gap for leadership in any place or in any space, they should step up. But it's good that also the leaders know who George is.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, see, you will let us know who you are
yeah,
and why Market Milimani,
Yes.
the heart of Kisumu,
yes.
and are you really ready enough?
First, my name is George Abwajo Onyango. Like I've said, I'll be celebrating 33 years in 2 weeks' time. Most importantly, I've worked in private sector,
Okay.
non-governmental sector. Right now, I have a role in public sector.
Okay.
Past schooled around area primary school. It's a
Okay.
known school in town in Kisumu County. I went to school in Nyakasi in Kisumu County called Tuliboro, and strong alumni. Then proceeded to University of Nairobi, whereby from second year we're in university politics, and I was the youngest to be chairman of Economic Students Association,
Okay.
whereby I think if history serves me right, we are the only group to ever had an economic conference
Okay.
in Kenya. It's a very rare conference.
Okay.
It's only happening in Western countries. Thereby, after on second year, I joined SONU in when I'm in third year. So my interest in politics started way back. I think having leadership roles all the way from primary. Then afterwards there, worked in Nairobi for some time in the private sector. Then I also again worked in national NGO sector, non-governmental computer for schools Kenya. We were distributing schools all over Kenya, still in the education sector. Then in 2018, I got a role. I came here to do business,
Okay.
and most importantly, also got a role to serve in the public sector.
Okay.
So I am still a member of County Budget Economic Forum, whereby we deal with everything, and anything budget, economic development, and financial management of Kisumu County.
Okay.
So yes, I have my background is economics, and I'm hoping to spread it and share what I've learned with the population of Kisumu and the area of Market Milimani.
Oh, that's a quick and a nice brief of who really George Abwajo is. Now, maybe George, I feel it is very important you let us know why of all the wards in Kisumu, you have chosen Market Milimani.
I think this is the word that I've spent the most time in.
Okay.
From school and work, I run a hub called Gulfhub. It's
Okay.
in Market Milimani. And most of the time, the business and operations that we have or we are doing, it's in Market Milimani Ward. And for me, the way I view Market Milimani Ward, it's not a ward like any other. I think it's the most important ward. This is the ward with the most number of registered voters in Kisumu County. To date, 34,000. That's more than many constituencies. I call this ward 22nd Luo Nyanza constituency, because there are 21 constituencies in Luo Nyanza. So the importance of this ward cannot be enough be told. This was the commerce capital. It's the financial hub. It's the trade hub of Kisumu County and large in extension.
Okay.
And the reason why this ward, or have decided to go to this ward, is I'm feeling there has been a gap. Because I feel this ward should set the pace of development, should set the pace of the growth that we want to see in Kisumu County. And the representative of this ward should be someone who can articulate issues, not only for the young people, but the traders, and also be vocal in the County Assembly of Kisumu, where laws are taking place or are being made. So why Market Milimani? It is my home. It is where we stay. It is where we do business. And we have to make Kisumu grow from Market Milimani.
You know,
the heart of everything.
Yeah, most people in business, as you said, are here in Market Milimani.
Yes.
And of course, they were really much affected in the process of turning Kisumu into quote Europe. Yeah.
Yes.
So how are you planning to settle them in soon? Because currently, I don't know if we have the Uhuru market. Is it part of Market Milimani Ward?
It's almost in the border, but it's in Railways Ward.
Yeah, because most business people who are your voters are not settled.
Yeah.
Do you consider that an issue which needs to be handled, or things are just okay?
I think in terms of the small traders in Market Milimani, one is what lacked then was proper representation.
Okay.
If there is a development project that needs to be done by government, government should not always be seen to be fighting her people.
Okay.
So what most traders were seeking is someone to talk to them, to hear them out, and listen to them. Because whichever place, Kisumu, very many people have come from different, Daisy, you have come from Suba, and you've settled in Kisumu for a long time.
And I'm a voter in
and
Kisumu.
I'm a voter in Kisumu. Majority of people, this is where they earn income.
Okay.
So any small disruption, any government should find an alternative place where continuation of business should happen. And this has also affected government in terms of revenue. So what failed was good representation, whereby what we expected was our leadership in the assembly, or possibly the MCA. You go and have a sitting with the governor, and you agree on the best way to do resettlement.
Okay.
That we don't want to disrupt the economy and the trade for our SMEs. We'll settle them in a proper way so that they continue. Because the most important thing is income at the end of the day. We've had stories that very many people have even gone to Shago. It's a very bad thing. This word is for everyone.
Yeah.
And your work as a representative of the people is to ensure that everyone gets a space to have a living in here in an organized way. So first issue is probably to fasten the gazettement of the trading areas, or where the government has at least done the issue. It's unfortunate that the new market, when traders were about to be resettled, the county government and national government started fighting. One took the other to court. These are the things that shows lack of leadership.
Okay.
There are two government levels, and everyone is quiet. Soon we are even thinking of the market is now ready. We are even thinking of mobilizing traders so that county government, we will not have to wait for the new government when I possibly resume work on 7th of October. We want the traders to be resettled immediately. Yes.
Okay. Viewers, this is a very important discussion because Market Milimani is right in the heart of Kisumu, and this is where most our businesses are done. So George says he's been in the county budget committee. I would like him to give us a little headlights on budget, but before then, I want him to also let us know the most two important roles of an MCA so that the viewers can get to know that these things, when anyone gets to the office on MCA, he or she must do. George, is it possible you give us only two roles, authentic roles of an MCA?
I think one, there has been, we are not going to sugarcoat things anymore in terms of representing the people. There has been issues, I think in all county government, issues of fraud and in lack of quality work. The most important thing is oversight. We should start by oversighting how your money is being spent.
So that's a rollover?
out of an MCA.
Or an MCA to
Yeah.
oversight.
So yeah. So we are looking at we are looking at initiatives whereby MCAs give proper oversight, because there are issues of theft and money that we pass budget. Thereafter, people are not being paid. There are penny bills. People don't know where money was spent. So one thing, or the first thing is, are we implementing budget as they were passed?
Okay.
So we are expecting our MCAs to provide proper oversight.
Okay.
Secondly, representation.
Okay.
Let me just add also legislation, because it's more. We look at problems in our society, then using that, we expect to provide solutions to our people in the best manner possible. So we need to represent our people, so that anything that the government may want, it also needs you in representation. An MCA should be innovative. Like, let me give an example. In education sector, currently in Kisumu County, every ward gets a mere 4 million. Like I said, there are 33,000 voters in this world. 4 million, even if you are supposed to divide with the many
33.
parents, it is not enough. How does a leader provide solution? Through innovation. This word is the word that gives the county most revenue. You need to find a way to provide to find a solution for innovation. Like for me, something that's in my manifesto is, we need to create a fund, a 15 to 20 million fund, using our friends in private sector and our friends from all around, so that we develop this fund to supplement the little cash that the county government is giving us.
Okay.
So that what we want to do is to ensure every child who is bright and has an opportunity to learn gets to go to school. We don't want to see disadvantaged children going back at home. That is something that I think we will begin even before we get into office.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was insightful and good to know. So, George, now that you've been in budget, and we are normally expected to do public participation.
Yeah.
Just a very short highlight on who really should attend public participation. How do they get informed? What is their role even in budget making? Like just in maybe a minute.
I think Daisy, first, let me start by saying we have made milestone, especially
Okay.
in the budget making process in Kisumu County. One, currently, public participation in budget making is done at the village level.
Okay.
I think no one does it in the larger region. Only Makwin. Kisumu County is the second one. Secondly, there are still gaps, but budget making is the key, or the budget process is the most important development process. And whenever any budget making process, there are various cycles. When the year begins on 1st of July, we begin the year by doing something called annual development plan. We go to the people. After annual development plan, we go to something called county budget review and outlook paper. We again go to the people. This is a report card by the county. After that, we do something called finance bill, levies and charges. We again go to the people. Then we go to something called county fiscal strategy paper in February. We go to the people. Then finally, we go to the budget estimates.
Okay.
What now has been done, we put in the budget.
Okay.
All these things means we have to go to the people to have their input. The process has improved. What is lacking, or what is possibly lacking, apart from young people giving their views? One, not so many young people participate in this process.
Why don't they participate? Do they even know it's happening? Who is supposed to inform them?
Yeah, I think one.
Or how does the information go down?
The executive does not want to fully invest in this process.
Okay.
They need to do sensitization, so that even the smallest person knows this process is ongoing. And also be innovative to do this process through other media. Example, you tell them through social media. We don't see some of these things, like you can use Facebook to reach out to the young people of Kisumu. So first is, how do we invest in this process? We have failed there to invest in this process. So majority of this process goes on, and so many people are not prepared. And if you fail to participate in any process, that's why you see people wanashtukia barabara inafanyika, hawajui vile ilifanyika.
Yes.
Yeah, so we can improve. It's an area of improvement. Government need to invest in creating awareness and sensitization that this process is ongoing. Secondly, reach out to the majority of people. And thirdly, government need to find a way reports that the voices of the people matter. There have also been complaints that people attend public participation, but what they propose did
Is
not,
not implemented.
yeah. But for me, from our experience, majority of that happens in the assembly. Uh, from CBEF, we do a report, and what the voices of the voice of people are captured in our report. When it reaches the assembly, there is something politicians do called horse trading. So I would want to believe the people who are conversant with that, mimi hii barabara nataka. So what ends up being passed or being approved is what possibly an MCA wants more than the public wants. So it renders a bit of that public participation useless kidogo.
Which should not be the case, because
Which should not be the case.
Yeah.
Because where you say possibly if you wanted a road and then whatever comes out, someone tells you that they are going to do a school that it was not your priority. This road was your priority. You propose it, whatever, when the budget is approved in Bunge, whatever comes is something else that people did not prioritize. Yes, it's important. All projects are important, but people do not prioritize.
Okay.
Yes.
So, George, are you currently in a youth caucus or a fellowship within any movement for young people in Kisumu? Is there any?
Yeah, from 2018, when we came back and when we decided to do Gulfhub, and I was doing my work as a practicing economist, we came together to form Kisumu Youth Caucus. It's been a good ride for us. I think the biggest achievement for us was coming out during the COVID period.
Okay.
We reacted more than any government could ever react. I mean, national government, county government, we went to the ground first. We said that we, the young people, are the front runners because all people shied. The disease was a mystery. So everyone decided to close himself in the house. And we, the people who were there in the first place, tulijituma huko nje. We bought reflectors and we were telling the government, now that you people do not have volunteers, give us CC. We've been told that this disease, young people, they do not kill young people as older people. So we went to the front line, we reacted fast for all that period. But most importantly, we participated in the sensitization. We've worked with organizations, for example, like Practical Action, and we sensitize young people in all wards on the budget making process. We've worked in advocacy, telling people what they need to do to push for their rights. We've also partnered with other organizations in SHRL, so it's sexual reproductive health. And yes, it's been good. And right now, this is a result of Kisumu Youth Caucus. Yeah, so we also decided to fully realize all what we've been fighting for. It's good that we have representatives at the assembly.
Any CSR you're doing?
We support projects. Currently, what you're doing is, especially Market Milimani, we've supported very many projects across the world, but what we're doing currently is we are working to all schools in Market Milimani, and we are distributing sanitary towels in both class 6, 7, and 8 in all primary schools in Market Milimani. We are looking to extend so that young vijana have been saying, what about us? So we're also looking to get panties for them. We're looking to get panties for them. So that the young vijana can also, we restore dignity to both the girls and the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So currently you've done public schools?
Yeah, we are focusing first on public schools.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's ongoing. I believe we'll end it in February. Yes, so it's something that's ongoing. We do it weekly so that we can reach all the... And it also helps our younger... It also helps our families, if you look at it in detail. It protects the children who possibly are sleeping with young people who have to give them money.
Sex for pants.
Yeah, sex for pants. But also, it relieves parents. It's something called disposable income. It means if you were to spend 200 or 300 on pad, you can now spend that on buying uji or on buying milk. So it's the multiplier effect is very big. It can help us, yes.
Yeah. Viewers, that was George Abwajo for you. He wants the Market Milimani seats, and therefore we are going to give him a minute to address you, to ask for votes, so that you can make a choice whether he's in or he's not the right person. George, a minute, your viewers ask for your votes.
One is, I had spoken about education as a key pillar of what we can do. Another thing that we need to prioritize, and we will prioritize, is something called a trade fund. Most of our peer counties have 300 million to 500 million trade fund that has been allocated. I think it's in my order that the next assembly has, because my ward has the most number of traders, contributes to the GDP, greatly to the GDP of Kisumu County. We need to have not less than 300 million to 500 million annually for our trade fund. This is most important because in this COVID period, our traders, we need to have very many enterprises as possible. And lastly, we need to find a way whereby young people are promoted and young people are paid promptly. In this ward, I think it is going to become a norm that any contract worth 500,000 to 1 million be reserved for youth groups and women groups and PW. Therefore, young people of Kisumu, all the traders, residents of Market Milimani, I am seeking and I am vying for MCA Market Milimani, the most important word in Market Milimani, and realizing that this word needs somebody who can go out of his way to talk to investors, to ensure there's harmony, to ensure the trade, the environment for trade is stabilized and it's working so well. We are looking to put in someone who can talk and defend vigorously the development of Kisumu County. So I will not be a representative of Market Milimani only. I will be a representative of any disadvantaged young person outside there in Kisumu County, of any women and of any PWD who's watching this. So, viewers, I'm really and humbly asking for your vote. We are going to interact. Watch out for me, whichever place that you are.
That was George for you. Now at Authentic Europe channel, George, we must address the issue of peace and talk to your voters, tell them what the importance of peace is and what role they have to play to ensure that we are peaceful before and after election.
Daisy, very important. In fact, I'm one of the few people, young aspirant, who's met a competitor. I met my competitor just after Christmas. And the reason for meeting is how we can campaign peacefully. My competitor, Faustin, I met him. We agreed that we need to meet also the incumbent and the other competitor who we've not met. We need to sit down and ensure we cannot restart Kisumu's economy every 5 years. Every time there is a war, our investors shy off from setting here. Now, the last 5 years, through the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, there's development that has been brought to Kisumu. These are given confidence to investors. So whichever place, I was in Nairobi last week, Kisumu is being looked at as the next investor's destination. We need to maintain that momentum. It means election should not be a hindrance or should not make this momentum stop. We don't have any option but to have a peaceful election. And that's why we will still meet. I will still meet with my fellow aspirants and with any young people. And that one, there are very many organizations that have stepped in. We want our young people to maintain peace. Let's not be paid to stop or to heckle. Ours is an issue-based campaign, and I also know that other people's campaigns are going to be peaceful as this. So in Market Milimani, we want to set the pace. I'm asking every aspirant, any politician, and every voter, kindly let's maintain peace for the sake of our children and for the sake of our development in Kisumu County.
Thank you. George says that we can't be starting every 5 years on matters investment. But I agree also with him. We cannot make one step forward and 2 steps backward. We need to move forward and forward ever. This channel hosts every individual who is vying for any seat. Even if you're vying for Market Milimani, any other aspirant is also welcome, not affiliated to any particular individual. And therefore, we invite all of you to feel free to come to our channel and showcase what they have for their people. Your favorite host, Daisy Otuoma. Please remember to subscribe, share, and like. Hit the notification button so that you can get to know what is happening next. Thank you.
And let them register to vote.
Oh.
Yes.
That
From 17th.
From 17th?
Yes.
Remember to carry your ID and register as a voter so that you can have a voice in matters of elections. Thank you.
Thank you.